Hi there, welcome to my channel. It's Krista here to do your weekly reading for the week of May 8th to the 14th. This is for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome back. If you have been here before, my dear Taurians, I hope that you enjoy this reading. Thanks for putting up with last week where I was pretty fuzzy sounding with allergies, but all better now. I hope if you have them that they're over too. So, dear Taurus, if you don't know your moon and rising sign, check the description box for a link where you can plug in your information to alwaysastrology.com, where you get a birth chart snapshot. If for any reason this reading doesn't appeal to you or resonate, you can check out your moon and rising signs. That might help this week, as well as your Taurian message. That being said, I really hope that your Taurus message appeals to you this week. So this is a general reading. Whatever is going on and prominent in your life this week, Taurus, is what you are encouraged to apply this reading to. Symbols, numbers, and colors in the cards that I don't happen to gravitate toward or discuss specifically that appeal to you intuitively, please take messages from them. Always follow your intuition. I will do the same card spread I did last week, just with a different deck. The Medicine Card Tarot deck will be doing the 3-card spread, central issue, 2 qualifiers in the bottom of the deck for general energy. And then I'll draw a card each from the Wisdom of the Oracle and the Healing with the Angels Oracle for an additional message. Information about how to contact me, why I do what I do, and about the cards that I'm using are in the description box as well. So Taurus, let's get started. I wish for Taurus all success, joy, and beauty. I invoke spirits of love, light, and wellness. I call upon archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. I ask Mother Gaia to please bless this reading for Taurus. Taurus, you'll be happy to know that your sign has finally gone direct in Mercury this week. So I hope you're breathing a sigh of relief. If you were putting off getting your nails done, hair done, buying a new wardrobe, buying new possessions in general, for the last 6 weeks or so, you can feel confident moving ahead that it's the right time to do that now. You might have even changed your mind about a whole wardrobe style or hairstyle, or even things that you used to take joy in that you own that you don't anymore. You might be revisiting things that you used to enjoy as possessions when you were younger, that you're not inclined to enjoy any longer because of that last retrograde. So we're just looking for one more card here. Here we go. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we have Grouse for general energy. This, and I'll get to that in just a moment. The central card is the turkey, and the turkey's keyword is giveaway. To the right of giveaway is mouse. Mouse's keyword is scrutiny. And to the left of giveaway is the ant, and the ant's keyword is patience. So we have giveaway, scrutiny, and patience. And at the bottom of the deck, like I said, we have grouse. I think I know what it is, but I'm going to look it up to be sure. Sorry about this. It is sacred spiral. Okay, so no small beans here. This is a large picture card. Sacred spiral is the great dance. So this week for May 8th to the 14th, Taurus, for example, you could be thinking large picture, right? And again, because it's a general reading, whatever is going on significantly in your life this week, whether it's business, travel, relationships, romance, or even health, you could be looking at this from a grand energy or sacred spiral, the great cycle perspective. Okay? So it's a great energy. It's a large perspective energy. despite having the mouse card here in the spread as a qualifier card to give away, the mouse being scrutiny. So it's interesting because we're looking at large issues here on a large scale. If it's a health issue, you're thinking large scale, even though you may be looking at the specific issue in a scrutinized manner. You're applying it in a large, very macro, sort of cosmic perspective. So this is remarkable. This is really nice to be able to do. It means you're not stuck in a low vibration. It means you're able to do the work of scrutiny, to have the patience necessary, or if it's difficult this week, to make a point of applying patience to a grand scale item, to something that you have a great perspective about, but that you're looking at very intimately or very closely. So let's look at the turkey card up close. If you don't know by now, I'm vegan and I don't eat turkeys, and I haven't for, I guess, almost 20 years. But there's something remarkable about turkeys that I didn't realize until meeting them. I never gave turkeys a second thought. I don't think most people do. In fact, they're not even considered a good-looking animal, right? So why would people have a whole lot of respect for the turkey, or why would they even appreciate, say, a relationship, as a companion animal? But I was fortunate enough several years ago to meet a turkey in person, several of them, but one that I just fell in love with. Turkeys are actually stunning. Turkeys are stunning animals, and they are so majestic. They're really maligned for being picky, ugly, stinky animals that don't have any feelings. And I've even heard people say that they're aggressive. Maybe they are. Maybe any animal that's been mistreated can be aggressive. But I met several up close, and I think that they are so full of soul. There's something so soulful about turkeys. Okay, and I'm comparing them right now to other birds. I'm comparing them to, say, chickens and ducks and geese, which I've also met in person. And yeah, they're great, but there's something about the turkey. There's something very unique about the turkey. I shan't go on. Anyway, okay, so turkeys are amazing. And because its keyword is giveaway, there is a great deal of sacrifice occurring this week. Now, does this mean a physical sacrifice? I really hope not. And if you feel like it's going, whatever you're addressing this week, if it feels like it takes a physical sacrifice, please don't go there. Even if there's a celebration, I would suggest, and the meal is a sacrifice, maybe forego that sacrifice. Maybe you don't need to sacrifice an animal to celebrate. Maybe you don't need to sacrifice your time, your precious time that is about taking care of you, or something you would do to lift your own spirits in order to take care of somebody else. Maybe that sacrifice has to stop. Maybe if you're sacrificing your time or your energy, or your own well-being somehow this week, Taurus, that you don't need to do that. Not this week, not anymore. It's not good to do that anymore. Because we know here from a larger perspective that this is over. The giveaway is everything in balance, right? Giveaway is great. Give your time, give your energy, give protection. Give what you can, but not at the expense of yourself. And perhaps this is the week, or you're finally coming into the week where you're like, I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm going to practice it this week. Please do. If you've ever given a thought to keeping sacrificed animals off your plate, for example, Taurus, this week, that's an option too. If you'd like to apply this feeling of sacrifice and giveaway on a larger level, you don't want to take from anyone else, you don't want anyone else to take from you, it has to be equal, there has to be give and take, perhaps you can apply that to the animal kingdom as well. I do find it interesting that there are two birds in your reading here, and they are just incredibly large scale energies here, right? The giveaway, the sacrifice. We also know this is necessary, right, too. For someone else to live, we need to, for blood transfusion, we need to sacrifice some of our blood. For someone else to get an organ, we need to sacrifice that organ. However, that is an equal state. That means they get something, you still have something, you're both able to live decent lives. Once the sacrifice involves the killing or the numbing or the complete taking away of, the abolition of the other person or their rights, is when it goes into, is when we know that we've gone too far, or when we've been taken for a ride or taken for granted. So just look at that in detail for yourself this week, Taurus, and how turkey, giveaway, the term sacrifice, even things like the words like routine, culture, expectations. Sort of mull over those terms this week, Taurus, and see if those help align some larger macro sort of sacred spiral, like large cycle issues or concepts for you this week. To the right of turkey, we have the mouse, and like I said, mouse's keyword is scrutiny. So not a terrible thing to scrutinize something up close. It's not a great place to get stuck. If you find that you've been visiting something that feels like you're spending too much time there, or that it's taking away from you, that you're giving away too much to it, to the scrutiny of it, perhaps this week, Taurus, is the week to walk away from it, just completely. Wipe your hands of it. Say a prayer and wipe your hands of it. Okay? If you're looking at something for the first time this week and you feel the need, now is the time to scrutinize it. Make a vow to yourself that you'll spend a very specific amount of time with it and then let it go. This week isn't the week, Taurus, to scrutinize something to the point of exhaustion, to the point of sacrifice, or to the point of trying to get to the bottom of something, or realizing something that isn't for you to realize this week, or that is beyond comprehension or understanding or even grasping this week. Some things just don't need to be known or can't be known right now. However, if this is a research project, this is the week to go about that. Again, not to the demise of your own health or time or energy. I think balance could be a key word for you this week in terms of time, energy, and even space. Who you're spending time with, why, and what kind of energy is being shared. I think by and large, this is a self-protective energy week, Taurus. If you feel like for whatever reason, you don't owe anyone an explanation, but if for whatever reason you feel like you don't have anything to give this week, or you can't give what you normally give this week, or it would be sacrificial for you to give this week, even if it would help someone else to scrutinize or get to the bottom of something, either for yourself or someone else, I'm going to suggest this just for this week, Taurus, that, or even for days at a time this week, that you halt that behavior, okay? Even if it means a change of plans, or if you have to postpone just for the week, because I think the energy could be low this week for you. And I'm saying all this obviously because of the cards, where they're placed, And because it's a general reading for you, we have patience to the left of Turkey. Patience, I'm going to again suggest that you apply this first and foremost to yourself. I think Taurians have a grand reputation, deservedly, that you have an enormous amount of patience for others' foibles and failings. And perhaps it's time to apply that to your own sense of failing and foible, to have patience with yourself, to remember that you matter too. Your health matters. Your perspective matters. Your energy, your input, your experiences, your sacrifices, right, matter. If you are feeling impatient this week for whatever reason, Taurus, this could simply be the reason why. You could just be simply drained. So honesty could be your best friend this week, right? Like I'm sure it is every week. But in terms of protecting yourself and in saving energy, in protecting your own wellness, you could be barged in upon this week. You could be, you could feel that you need to be patient with other people more than yourself this week because they're, we're making up all kinds of stories at this point, right? They need you more. They're having a harder time than you are, et cetera, all these things we tell ourselves. But that means automatically an imbalance, that someone else is more important all of a sudden than you are, and that can never be true. So just watch how you're spending time this week, Taurus. Watch that you are just as patient with yourself than you are with others. That if there is a level of scrutiny this week, that you give yourself a time limit with that, okay? Because it's not a positive place to spend in constant scrutiny, and that larger issues are taking place this week. There is a larger sacred spiral issue this week that is, for reasons unknown currently, are beyond grasp, out of your reach, unknowable. Okay, so if any of this has to do with getting to the bottom of something that was out of reach, or feeling larger than yourself, or the whys and the hows about grand scale life issues in general, please put that to rest for the week. This is not knowable, okay? Presently, it could be over time. So we're going to look for some additional messages to the card reading this week for you, Taurus. I feel like, in general, you could be very tired this week, Taurus. And I hope it's temporary. If, for example, this is something that's ongoing, or you find this resonates with you this week, but it's like, oh, this is great, but I feel this way all the time, or more often than not, I feel this way, I'm going to suggest visiting a healthcare practitioner, okay? Please don't put your health last, or put something off that ought to be addressed if there is a health concern. This includes mental health. This includes dental health, eye care, muscles, massage, nerves, okay? Any part of your body, okay? Please take care of yourself, Taurus. Wonderful. So again, alongside of the general energy for the week being the sacred spiral Taurus, I really feel that you're doing a great deal of soul searching this week. Perhaps there is something significant going on in your life that you feel is bringing you to points of power, to contemplation about power, power of life and death even, the power of aging. You're observing things, sorry, this is the Observer card. You can see how this gorgeous little fox has a telescope pointed at the moon. Again, with the Scrutiny card, with the patience, the giveaway, the sense of sacrifice, and the sacred spiral, you may be in a position this week to be doing some large-scale observation, thinking, scrutinizing. Okay, this isn't a week for action for you. This is all about sort of going within. I would like to know what the keywords by the authors are for this card, so bear with me. I'm just going to look up the keywords for the card Observer. And the keyword is, wow, I just went past it like 3 times. Okay, so the keywords from the authors are perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. You could feel yourself getting wrapped up in something that you're exhausted with this week, and that you're forced to scrutinize, you're forced to think of large issue things. So I am going to suggest again that you do a great deal of self-soothing and relaxing this week. You could be in a situation currently, Taurus, where you're watching someone going through something and you just can't help, okay? Something is out of your hands this week, where more than anything you wish you could do something about it and it's out of your hands. Something much, much larger at play that there's just no possible way for any human being to have the answers to. So please be patient with yourself. And remember to be as kind to yourself as you are to others. Okay, so I had 3 cards show up. I'd really prefer for the general reading energy to have 1 card. If 3 cards show up again, I will read them very briefly, but I am looking for 1 more card. The cards were about healing, soulmates, and spiritual growth, by the way. I really am trying to keep these to 20 minutes, I swear. All right. So we do have an additional card of abundance. So you could feel enormously protected this week thankfully, Taurus, that you have abundance of resources at your beck and call, or that you are a person of abundance for another person, that you're abundantly giving and abundantly available. Please don't let anyone take advantage of this. If this is the case and you are always giving and there for everybody else, remember to give to yourself just as abundantly. All right, dear Taurus, I really hope this reading resonated with you and that you're taking very good care of yourself. If you liked it or have any questions about it, please leave a comment below. In the meantime, please take very good care of yourself, dear Taurus, and I look forward to seeing you next week for your next weekly reading. Take care. Bye.